Hello everyone, this is Kevin T. Rodriguez from themoviewizard.com, and I'm going to be talking about something that I rarely talk about on this channel. And you probably will not hear me talking about this for a long time afterwards. We are going to be talking about baseball. Not only baseball, the Cubs. But first, let's talk about Back to the Future, and you probably know where this is going. As most of you know, yesterday was October 21st, 2015. That was Back to the Future Day, so called because that was the date that Marty McFly and Doc Brown went to the future in the, quote unquote, classic film Back to the Future Part 2. The first movie is one of my favorites. The second and third one, not so much, but still decent. And in Back to the Future Part 2, they predicted a lot of things. Now, some of those predictions actually turned out to come true. They properly predicted 3D movies, even though they look different than how Jaws 19 looks. They did not predict hoverboards. They did predict goggles or glasses with phone capabilities, which actually ended up being true, even though we realized it was a pretty stinking stupid idea pretty quickly. It predicted video chat. It predicted dehydrated food, even though it looks like garbage when you really look at it. One thing that was predicted that did not look like it would come true would be the Cubs winning the World Series, however, but this year, the Cubs were doing very well. So much so they actually made it to the, I don't know, is it the playoffs? I don't really watch sports, but bottom line is that they got pretty far. And then they had their butts handed to them by the Mets. So they were this close to being in the World Series and they choked. And so the Cubs will not be in the World Series. It will be the Mets and whoever else is fighting it out for the second spot. I'm sure my brother could tell you that. So, anyway, that was kind of interesting. This was the only time I actually really cared who would be in the World Series because it just would have been perfect timing had the Cubs actually made it. Even Christopher Lloyd was like, hey, if the Cubs make it to the World Series, I want to throw the first pitch of the game. I'm sorry, I'm not doing a Doc Brown impression. It just sounds silly. But that came to an end, and life moves on. The Cubs will just have to win the World Series on your PlayStation 4, Xbox One game. Alright, that is it for today's episode. Remember to like, comment, share, subscribe, and as always, flame responsibly. Have a good one.